Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. The one and only Ian. What's up, buddy? We got Ziad. How's it going, Ian? How was your day today, man? That was a little bit tamer version of Mike this morning, so not quite so crazy. Hi. Don't see a name, but hello, Dot. All is well, Ian. Sunday was wild. Yeah, it was very wild. Definitely. Hey, Courtney. Hello. Let's see here. I'm going to put up a poll to get things going here tonight. Let's see here. Where are we? Okay, so if you go up here and you click on that, you can vote on the poll as we're getting things started. Hi, Arena. Nice to see you in here. We got a poll going to kind of get things going. Smash that like button or the screen, I guess. Let's get those hearts going. And then when we get to 1,000, we're going to get rolling. So let's get it up there fast. Yesterday, we got to 10,000. Hey, Arena, finally back. You're finally back. How's New York today? Just no time to go live. So if you guys can just go up here, there's a little poll that I've put up there. And we'll get you guys doing that. Give me your answer for the poll. And I'm going to get rid of Charlie, who really likes eggplants. Cold, yeah. Yeah, it got cold here over the last 24 hours too. Very cold. After we got, I think it was it was beautiful for the last 4 or 5 days before that. So we're just waiting for Ashby. Ashby's going to jump in here and co-host with me again tonight. Again, if you haven't already, just click on the poll right here and let's see what you guys think about going live. Just vote for what you think about going live. And keep smashing that like. I want to see the hearts coming up right here. And if we get up to 10,000 likes again tonight, I've got a little bit of a surprise that I wasn't going to share with you guys, but I'm going to share. If we get to 10K, I'll tell you guys my little thing I'm working on that I'm going to give to you guys. Because I love you guys. We got a wicked community here. Wicked community. Actually, I was talking to Ashby on the phone earlier tonight, and we were talking about just how amazing the group of people is here. Speak of the devil. Sun hat on or off?
Hey, buddy. Sorry.
But you know what the good news is? I can hear you.
Yes. That's 2 for 2, man. We're on fire.
Crazy. So I, while we were waiting for you, I got the poll going up here. So just asking everyone to take a look at that. And the poll question is, basically, are you afraid of going live? Let's hear what people have to say.
I think that's a great poll to kick things off.
Yeah. Let's hear what people have to say.
Well, I'll share a little bit about how I felt in that regard. So like the going live thing, when I was at about 200, 300, 400 followers, I was like, I don't even want to get to 1,000. I don't want to do it. It's too nerve-wracking, And I feel like that just goes away. It's just like making content for me, where I was, uneasy at first, and then you just kind of settle in, right? And it just, I don't know, it just comes.
Thanks for the flame there, Ian. The real Ian.
Yes.
You realize, Ashby, that you do not have to go live. Like just because you're over 1,000, it's not like there's no one here that's going to pull the plug on you if you don't go live.
No, I got it. Yeah, I hear you, but I think it's like a super beneficial way to grow on this platform. I really do. I think it's like it's almost, I guess it depends on how you utilize it, right? Just like anything, just like depending on your content and whatnot. But like, I feel like there's the potential to use lives in a much more effective way than even making content. So like, I think it's a super useful tool to utilize.
Yeah, absolutely. We got the poll going, just over 30 seconds to go before it's done. So just go up here if you haven't already, click on, does live going live make you scared? Or just answer the question. I want to stop real quick because we've got someone in the room tonight that always kind of drops by as we're dropping off, and I never take the opportunity to really say hello, but Cullen Creative. So Cullen Creative and I connected pretty soon after I got on TikTok, and she's from New Zealand.
Okay.
Has family here in Canada up towards Tamara's neck of the woods, up in Ottawa, I believe. And she's been really fantastic. She's connected with me multiple times, liked and commented on videos, very supportive. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to say hello, Cullen, and thank you for coming to the live tonight.
Definitely. Yeah, I just jumped on there to give her a follow there so that way I can stay in the loop. But yes, it's nice to meet you. I appreciate you stopping by.
I'm certain that she's related to the big, giant talking and walking trees from Lord of the Rings, but there's some holes in my theory behind that.
I guess you might just have to investigate.
I'd love to go to New Zealand. That's one place I have not been to that I definitely want to go to before my last days here on the earth.
For sure.
Let's hit the comments real quick. Irina's in the house if you didn't know, Ashby, so she's finally back.
Outstanding. Always good.
Um, she's talking about how cold it is in New York. Ian is in the house. Trisha's here. Trish, how's it going, lady?
Trisha, good to see you.
No BS marketing with Mel, the one, the only, the
My
legend.
lady, the legend. I love
She's
it.
from close to Ottawa as well, but just a little bit down the road. Love the shout out. It's so nice to finally make it onto one of your lives. Thank you. What time is it in New Zealand right now? Always played a tree in school shows because I'm so tall. See, I'm on to something. I am on to something.
Amazing. I have never had that problem. Height is not an issue for me. I stand about 5'10", but rock solid, you know?
Rock solid. Okay, so the poll ended up with more people saying they're not afraid but nervous. So we'll talk about a few things here tonight about that. 6'2" Cullen rings in at.
Oh my
Is that
goodness.
is that with branches, just trunk, or what is it? It's 1 o'clock. It's just after 1 o'clock Tuesday for Cullen in New Zealand right now. So it's the afternoon tomorrow.
So for me out in BC, I bump into a lot of folks from the New Zealand, Australia area because they go out to the ski hills, and I've met more than my fair share, and I love every one of them. Colin, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Right on.
So
Irina, nice to see you.
yeah, so maybe I'll just play catch up with anyone that wasn't on the live yesterday when we kind of talked about what we're going to be doing here over the next week or so or longer. But yesterday I kind of took the plunge. I invested in a gentleman that we talk a lot about here, that a few of us have been converted to and a few of us are still getting to know. Mel was on the live this morning or yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
And so people are kind of getting exposed to Mike Gowans a little bit more and more. And yesterday I committed to him to work with him over the next 10 days to just supercharge my journey and where I'm headed. So I committed to everyone here that I'd come back and kind of tell how that's going, kind of give the ins and outs of what I'm learning through him and the actions that I'm taking daily. So since this is the first day that we're actually reporting back to you guys, I'm looking for feedback. Tell me if you're looking for more detail, if you just kind of want high level. I know we'll only be able to get so far within an hour. So I'll do my very best to give you as much as I can. And what I'm going to do is just give a high level. These are the things I did today. And then I'll come back and start going into a little bit of detail. And if you guys have any specific questions, make sure you drop them into the comment section. And Ashby, I'm hoping that maybe you can kind of act as a moderator tonight. Take the questions, stop me, ask me the questions so everyone can get the most out of this, okay?
I am going to give my absolute best effort, and I'll probably run at about 60% of what you do, but let's hit it, buddy. I'm anxious to hear this. I am.
Let's do it. And just I think it deserves its own announcement, but I am so excited to announce that we were just joined by the real Canadian Oprah. She is in the house
She is
now.
here.
She
You
made
get a
it
like.
in.
You get a like. You get a like.
She's here. Okay, so
She is
everyone
here.
make sure you send some love. Like, tap Ashby's face if you love Tamara, the real Canadian Oprah. She's the best. She is. And we are not even, like, I know we're kind of laughing about it a little bit, having fun with it, but Tamara is amazing. So she's awesome. Make sure
Make
you
absolutely no mistake about it. I love Tamara with all of my heart. She's an absolute deadly woman.
I still can't tap on Ashby's face. Tamara is the one that lives in Ottawa, just to make that connection. Tamara Cullen Creative, that's in the room right now. She's from New Zealand, has family in Ottawa. Okay, so I'm going to play catch up a little bit on this one. I'm going to talk about everything I've done so far. So I did do some things before today, but I'm just going to run through that. And I talked a little bit about some of these things yesterday, but hopefully this helps out anyone that might not have been in the room yesterday. But the first thing that Mike will ever talk about with anyone when he's trying to coach or mentor you into building a business, and that is, he will ask you the same question right up front. Ashby, do you know which question I'm alluding to?
I think I know, but I could be wrong too. So you hit me, and I bet you.
No, you hit it. Give it.
No, you hit me. Hit me.
What is the problem that you solve?
Okay, yeah.
That's where it all starts. Like, if you're talking about starting a business and wanting to make money, you really need to dial in what the problem is that you solve. So that was one of the first conversations I had. And I don't think Jenna's here tonight. I think she's taking care of the kids tonight. But Jenna's another person that we've met through the community with Mike, and she's been fantastic at helping me with that. But as I kind of mentioned yesterday, I'm going to be focused on helping people go live. And I'll talk about that in a second. Actually, hold that thought for a second. So first thing you need to do is figure out what the problem is that you solve. And that Mike will also talk a lot about is that's actually your niche, not a person, not a demographic, but solving that problem becomes your niche. Okay. Then I secured a domain after wasting 3.5 hours overthinking everything, like I'm sure all of us do at some point. In the comments below, whoever overthinks things and gets trapped and doesn't get much progress because you're getting stuck in your own head, drop a me in the comments below if you find you fall into that trap too.
I think we all know that I fall into that trap. I shared this yesterday, so like it's no secret where I stand there.
You shared it yesterday, and without your permission, I posted a video about you sharing it yesterday.
You fill your boots. I trust your judgment 100%. Like I know. I got nothing to worry about.
Trisha says me. Tamara says me. Irina says me. And she's laughing, crying. Tamara, no, I can't. No BS, Mel. And then Cullen Creative just raising her hand and not following the instructions because she's part tree. I said
Do
me.
your thing. Yes.
Yeah. That's right.
6'2" arms reaching up to this guy.
Oh yeah, that is a tall tree.
And Mel says my biggest problem. So I think that is something like universally everybody in this space like hits that at some point. I feel,
Oh yeah.
It's almost inevitable on your journey. I think really.
Well, maybe another good question for the group here is in the comments below. Like, how long before you actually took action? How long was it when you were sitting on the sidelines, just looking at whatever in the digital marketing space, online business space? How long were you sitting on the sidelines before you actually took action and purchased the roadmap, got a coach, or whatever program that call it was your launch point? So Arena's saying 6 months, I would say.
Yeah, and that's me too, for sure. If not longer, honestly.
2 to 3 months for Courtney, 2 to 3 months for Tamara, 5 months for Ian, 1 month for Mel. Mel is an action taker. She's no BS.
That's what you got to dig about that woman. I'm telling you, she does not fuck around.
And she will stick her finger in your face to tell you as much.
Goddamn right she will.
Cullen Creative, about 1 year before I decided to promote my existing business. Yeah, like we should get you on here one day, Cullen, and let everyone hear your story. I've only heard bits and pieces, and it's pretty interesting. Way to go, Mel. Oh my God, LOL. I've been looking for years, says Mark. Mark, welcome to the group. Mark just transitioned over thanks to our friend Heather, who recommended he come check us out this evening.
Oh, that's sweet. Heather's incredible too, man. Mark, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
You know what makes Mark even better, though?
Let's hit it.
Northern Alberta boy, Edmonton.
Oh, shit, Northern Alberta boy. Woo!
I finally have a friend. Trish said 2 months.
I can't believe how many folks I end up like really connecting with that are either central or eastern Canada. Like I feel like why are we and Heather of course we got here, but there's I don't know, man, there's not a lot of action around these parts, or not that I end up stumbling across anyway.
We just haven't connected with them yet, Ashby. Yet.
They're coming.
They're coming. Okay, so secured the domain after overthinking it for far too long. Like we're talking, I went online, I looked up random business name generator or whatever, scrolled through that thing for 3 hours, overthinking everything. Finally just landed on Monetized Life. And the whole reason I was struggling with it was because I had a whole bunch of great ideas in my head, but the moment I went to the website to secure the domain, it was either taken or it was one of those premium sites that was like $3,000 or $4,000, and I wasn't willing to go that far.
For sure.
So the advice I got from Mike on that is don't overthink it. You can change in the future, just secure something and move forward. So actually, Heather, who just joined us, Heather had a really good post this afternoon about, it's okay to be messy. It's okay to trip up. It's okay to, fall a few times as long as you keep moving forward. So really appreciated that post. And that would be my advice in regards to everything we're going to talk about here today.
Just before I jumped on here, I was on Heather's live. I stopped in just to say hi and catch her for a few minutes. And I said exactly that, Scott. Like that video earlier today, it was me, and I wrote that in the comments. So everybody in this space, if you haven't seen Heather's video from earlier today, it was she's so authentic and real, and that's what I appreciate about her the most. But it was a great video, so if y'all haven't seen it, pop over and check it out.
Yeah, if you guys love Heather, give us some love and we'll make sure she gets it.
So absolutely.
Let's see those.
I'm trying to tap my own here.
We're at 4,500 right now, and the goal is 10,000 likes at the end of this live. So we're 20 minutes in. We can definitely do this. Keep smashing that screen. So the
Mark
next
even
thing
says definitely a must see for Heather. Mark, Northern Alberta boy, we're on the same page, brother.
Yeah. So the next thing that I worked on was connecting my system.io to Stripe. So making sure that I had a payment processor That was a pretty easy process. It didn't take more than 15 minutes as long as you have, you know, I'm not sure what people's situations are if they're going at it sole proprietor or as a business, but you just got to have that information available. You can have that done and connected 10 to 15 minutes tops. Then today, most of today was building out my 4-page funnel. And Mike has shared basically his templated 4-page funnel with the people that are in his community. And I would say that was a massive time saver, not only just because it's a template, but just because if you can imagine, I don't know who, again, in the comments below, put a me if you guys have played with system.io at all. Like, I'm curious, does everyone have experience with system.io? Because then I can have a different conversation. Or is there people that do not know what system is? Okay, so we've got Tamara has, Mel has, Ian has. I know it well, says Courtney. I have no doubt. I think Courtney is like a very analytical, like very detail-oriented person, what I know about her so far.
I would agree too. Yeah, she strikes me that way, which is awesome. Like I think most of us get integrated with system.io because I think it's a primary for a lot of the big digital marketing courses out there. And I find it really user friendly. I've talked in the past about how dizzy I am when it comes to like my tech skills. You know, I started this journey typing like this. So I find system.io like super user friendly.
Ernie, no like technology.
Nerdy no like technology. Caveman. Tarzan.
Okay, everyone's saying me, but Mark said I'm so confused using IO. Hey Mark, in the comments below, feel free to ask any questions about it. Is it just complete confusion? Is there specific things you're confused about? Let us know. Mark's
Also, if you don't mind letting us know, Mark, like if you have something that works, like you find more user friendly than system.io, then drop that down there too. I'd be curious to see. I haven't really dabbled in a whole lot of them. So,
yeah. Yeah, Ian's asking Mark what's got him hung up too. Yeah, let us know in the group. Most of us, as you can see, have some experience. To be honest with you, I probably don't have as much experience as most of the people in the room. I think they've probably played with it a lot more than I, but I built out that 4-page funnel from start to finish today in a matter of 3 hours. The only thing I need to do left is shoot the videos to put into the different parts of the funnel. So there's a video that's going to present some free information. And then there's going to be a video saying thank you. And I think that's it on the 4-page funnel. Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm at about the same spot you are, Scott. So I was tackling a lot of this yesterday. It was kind of my Sunday where the kids were occupied for most of the day. So I was doing a lot of my funnel work yesterday, and I'd say probably 4 hours I had it all. I still do have to link up a couple of videos on my funnel, and then and those videos are already done. I just got to edit them and get them rolling. So yeah, I'd say we're in a pretty similar spot.
Yeah, so maybe real quick, I'll tell the group, like, what are the 4 pages? So the first page that you would land on, so your squeeze page, would be a free offer opt-in. So we've probably all seen these things. We might even know exactly what they are, but it's basically a picture, not the actual video, but a picture, a still frame of the picture of the video with a headline saying free micro course, you know, your headline below, and then the benefit bullet points to the side of that video. Once you click, you know, I want this free training, a pop-up would show up, you know, put in your name, email address to get the free training. They do that, enter that. It takes you to the free offer plus a sell. So your video would be your free offer. So whatever you promised them on the page before, with the offer to sell them on something like your core offering. Okay. So you would introduce the idea of the core offering, and I'll get into the pricing because I think the value train conversation is probably pretty important, Ashby. So
Definitely.
maybe I'll talk about that in a second, but let's continue with the pages. So if someone decides to purchase that, and I'll get into the offering, why someone would purchase it in a second. But if you go ahead and you purchase that, it'd take you to the order form. If you successfully fill out the order form, then it takes you to a thank you page and the access page for the product that they purchased, as well as a button that would grant them access to the community, the free community that you would be offering them. So you'd be taking all your traffic and filtering them, filtering them into the community, so that at the same time you're building a community that is going to do a lot of the things we're doing here, supporting each other, connecting, collaborating, talking about what they need next, all of that stuff. Anything you would add there, Ashby, while I check the
Well,
comments?
so I was kind of scrolling through the comments, and it seems like a lot of people are pretty firm believers in the Stan Store. So I have used the Stan Store, but very surface level. Like, I didn't get into any of the analytics because I was using System.io. So they overlap in a lot of senses. So Ian says, yes, Ian, I agree with you for sure. If you got System, no need for Stan Store. So it depends on how many funnels you're running as well. Like, I think System for free, you're allowed 2 funnels, and then you have to upgrade. So I guess it's just to each their own. If you have a preference, if you have a lot of products listed on the Stan Store, I think their analytics are great. Like, I've looked into it, but I don't like utilize these tools myself. I've heard great things about Stan. It seems pretty easy and user friendly. So I think a lot of these overlap. It just depends on for each individual or for your business how many funnels you would be running at the time. Because if you're paying for Stan and you don't necessarily need any more than 2 on System.io, then you can kind of make them both work for you. It's so circumstantial, I guess, to whatever your situation is, right?
I think the answer for me on that question is everyone's got to try it out for themselves. Each option is going to have pros and cons. I think getting started, Stan Store makes things pretty easy. System.io is going to give you a lot more flexibility and customization. Not to mention that if you're going to do a funnel sales process, kind of like what we're looking at here, in my opinion, System's probably the way to go, or some sort of funnel software, where a Stan Store keeps everything very simple. And it's made for TikTok if that's your primary traffic source.
Yes, for sure. So also, like, not just depending on what you offer, but also just whatever platform you prefer. I mean, I'm a TikTok guy, and I really appreciate this platform and the community. I think there's a ton of room for growth. But maybe on Instagram, say if you're a big Instagram or YouTuber, maybe a different platform might work better for you. But I did start my journey dicking around with ClickFunnels, and I'm like, fuck this. Like, I was not a big fan. I'm again, this is coming from the caveman, Tarzan. Me no like ClickFunnels, too complex for me, I found.
Okay, so new pulls up. Smiley face. So over here, smiley face. For System. Over on the right, the sad face for Stan. I didn't choose it based on my preference. I just randomly. Red means System. Blue means Stan Store.
There, Heather's with me now. Scott, can I vote? Am I allowed to vote? Does my
You're
vote
allowed to
count?
vote.
Okay, I'm throwing down on this.
Heather talks about ClickFunnels, but Stan Store is her fave. I use System for a link in the bio from Ian. Mark, I haven't played with it very much, still going through the modules and the roadmap. Just keep working at it, Mark, and I'd encourage you to just, it's a bit intimidating when you go into a funnel software the first time. I felt it even still today. But just go in there, kind of play around. You can always start fresh if you think you've broken something, but you usually can't break it. Cullen, she's asking Mel, how do you feel about it? I feel like it's easier for people. What just jumped ahead on me? Who aren't techie. I agree, Stan is so simple. Tamara says, I use Stan for my products, everything else in System. Marketing, yes. Oh, sorry. Cullen Creative, yes, you're absolutely right. It's a lot easier. Ian, if you got system, no need for stand. Stand store will only work with certain buyer type. It will turn some people off, I find. Interesting, Courtney. Do you mind just kind of explaining a little bit more on that? So true. 100%. It depends on your offer. I agree too. Do you need to have X number of followers for Stan? Nope. You can have Stan Store as long as you're willing to pay for it, or even put the free version in when you have the 14-day free trial. You can have it with 1 follower, 0 followers. I love the email campaigns and newsletters and system. I also the cost to upgrade is better. Yeah, actually, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Tamara, but I think it's $27 a month, which is the same as Stan Store, if I'm not mistaken, right? I have 3 other SaaS I prefer over Stan. That's from Ian.
Ian, wow.
Oh man, we got some comments going. Yeah, depends.
Yeah,
though.
so Heather was just asking what are we voting on. So Heather, we were just talking a smiley face for system.io if that's your preference, or a sad face for Stan Store, and Scott made it very clear that he did not intentionally pick a favorite.
And the poll's over, so like it's all good. We're there. I didn't even see what the answer was. Did you?
Stan, is it? No, when I saw last, system was 4 to zip. But then definitely not zip, because Cullen Creative is a firm believer in the Stan Store. Yeah.
Based on what I heard from Mike, when I build my offer, I may switch back to system. 3 funnels and 15 steps for free on system. Stan is 29 US. Yep, Stan is 99 if you want their email flows, if you want their premium. Certain buyer types will like longer funnels and more reading. Yeah. Although, like, it's interesting, like this Mike guy we're talking about, Courtney, that we're pretty much evangelizing for in this live and every other live. He swears by not doing long sales letters. He swears by doing videos and just keeping everything you want to say in the video. What did I just do? I swiped something and everything got big. Okay.
I could see that, Courtney. I definitely wouldn't argue that. I find I'm going to try a fairly simple funnel this time around, and I guess just trial and error. I think it depends on the product. And she says I'm switching everything to videos for sure. So I even had a lengthy conversation with Mike about so a freebie. If you have a freebie in your Stan Store or anywhere, wherever, whatever platform you use to host, I suggested like I came to him, sorry, and I said like I'm really working on a really good freebie. I want it to be something that typically most people would charge for, but I want it to be extremely valuable. And he said, if you want extreme value and if you want people to actually truly fucking get what you're putting out there, don't do an ebook. Do a slideshow or a video. We live in this world where it's just scroll. People don't want to fucking read anymore. So, and I think it's a valid point too. So it makes a world of sense to me to just put something in a very presentable fashion. So I thought I'd share that with you if anybody can relate there too, if you want to consider doing that with a free product.
Yeah, that's a great point, Ashby, because he does bring that up quite regularly. And I think I completely agree with him. Do I have time to sit down and flip through an ebook, or can I throw on a video while I'm doing something else and kind of, be pretty engaged while I'm cooking or while I'm, doing something with the dogs or whatever? The video definitely will convert better, I think.
Well, yeah, Heather's actually helping us out with that. She said, I was researching and people will buy a video over an ebook by 37%. That's a massive, massive margin. And I think it just comes down to making things as easy as we can for our customers, right? If that makes sense.
I think the other piece of it is the perceived value. And over and above that, even if it's not a live video like we're doing here, if someone's watching you, you're naturally building rapport with them. Even on a recorded video, they're starting to
So
get a sense for who you are, your energy, whether they jive with you or not.
that is a great point too, and I think that's just natural, right? That's just the way it works.
Yeah. So the last thing that I just wanted to kind of mention that I've done so far is I've started, well, I wouldn't say I've started. I went in and got my community software started. So there's still some work to be done. But I I'm using the system called School to do that. And anyone that's checked out Mike's stuff before, that's what he uses too. So obviously he recommends it. It has great, a lot of good functionality. You can host different trainings in there. You have like a messaging board. It has, what am I forgetting? There's like an instant messenger within the community that you can communicate with each other on. It's
See, this is where we need Jenna, Scott, because she knows that inside and out. But I'm telling you, the community, the classroom, there's courses. It's I think school is a super powerful platform. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've never used it before, so I'll feed back to you guys anything I'm learning with it. But I'll probably even extend the option to you guys. It's going to be a free community, so if you guys want to join, let me know. I'll probably be in front of a whiteboard the odd time moving forward, kind of teaching some things I'm learning with you guys as well. So we can look forward to that. But that's kind of where I'm at today. So we've got all these different pieces put together. Now it's kind of starting to fill in the cracks around it, get the couple of videos made up. Like, honestly, I think I could probably look to launch here within the week.
That is
If
awesome, man. That is exciting because there's a lot of moving pieces, and when you really buckle down, it's so easy to get sidetracked in this business, where you can be, yeah, I could be doing my funnel like yesterday, and then I'm kind of replying to messages and stuff, and it just ends up on this runaway sometimes. So like if you can launch within the week, Scott, like that is super exciting, man. And I'm telling you, I will be the first one in your community. I can promise you that. Unless Jenna beats me to it, consider it fucking done, bud.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm very appreciative of all the comments as well. Thank you for everyone's support. But I think the thing that I really wanted to highlight for me is um, obviously, like, I've got Mike on text message now, so I'm sending him screenshots of what I'm doing, and I'm shooting it over to him, and he's telling me in real time, "Have a good night, Mark."
Yeah,
Uh,
and thanks for stopping in, Mark.
so he's giving me feedback in real time, but I honestly, like, I plan on documenting all of this for you guys so that if you decide you want to do the same thing, I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it or how we're going to make it available to you guys just yet, but it is possible. That's what I'm learning, is it is possible to launch within a week, and it's not that hard. It's get focused, get rid of the distractions. Like,
Yes.
Ashley, you've even seen it. Like, you've texted me and then you called me, and I'm like, man, I haven't even looked at it yet. Because I'm
Yeah.
just so focused on getting this done because a week from today, I'm back to work. So I need to have this at least 80 to 90% set up so that it's about maintenance and not still trying to put the foundation, the supports, the walls, the roof, and everything in between up while I'm dealing with everything at work.
So for this reason, I think you were so smart to capitalize and invest in yourself just yesterday, because when you're on a timeline, and I know what it's like to be on a timeline, that timeline that you're talking about, Scott, is exactly what kind of cratered me last time. And I don't want to say cratered because that's definitely not the right word, but I got overwhelmed because I was on a schedule and I was going back to work. I don't my job doesn't allow me to run a side business simultaneously, right? So like it was an absolute brilliant step to invest in yourself yesterday to install a fucking turbocharger, and that's what you did, and it's showing already. But like to launch within 1 week would have been pretty difficult otherwise. Having Mike on a text message on your phone that you can access, that he knows how hungry you are, so that's invaluable to me, you know.
Yeah. Bye, Cullen.
Huge.
Yes, Ian, I paid for not the 9800. It was the one on the call when he was going nuclear, and right at the end of the phone call, he said, "For this
I've
much money,
never
you have me for the next 10 days. You'll have my cell phone number, and we'll supercharge it."
Yeah, which is awesome, man. I've never seen a live like he did yesterday. He was like off the deep end yesterday. It was unreal. I love it.
But he was right back to old Mike today.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
So
didn't skip a beat.
transitioning here real quick because we're down to 20 minutes, but we made it to 10K. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. That's 2 days in a row we made it to 10K. Thank you.
Y'all are deadly. Every single one of you are deadly. Much appreciated, y'all. Like the support is truly unreal.
So tomorrow, what do I got planned? I got to finalize my logo. I've got to get my video scripts done. Hopefully I can get the video scripts done. And if I can, then I'm going to be shooting the videos tomorrow. And then I'm going to work on what I'm going to be releasing here. And since you guys made it to 10K, I'm going to tell you about it today.
And yes, Tamara, you can rest your sore finger, but we appreciate you just putting it to work. Sorry, Scott.
You get a like, and you get a like.
Thank you, Trisha.
I hope she enjoyed it as much as I did.
And sorry, Scott, I cut you off. You were talking.
So one of the first things I'm going to be doing once we launch is I'm going to be doing a TikTok live challenge where I'm going to be sending out. So the one thing, like we saw in the poll right off the bat, right? We asked everyone, are you afraid to go live? Are you not afraid to go live? Or are you nervous to go live? And when like doing my research, it showed pretty handedly that the research showed, sorry, I'm just trying to bring it up here.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's 3 main reasons why people get nervous or are afraid to go live. And one of it is because probably the biggest one is running out of content or freezing on camera and not knowing what to talk about. That's one thing I never really struggle with. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to release different prompts over a 10-day period to give people the content that they should consider when they're going live. So a TikTok challenge, everyone commit to going live for 30 to 60 minutes over that 10-day period every day. I will send you the content prompts for you to be prepared to have something to talk to for your audience. And just make it simple for you guys. I'm going to come in and wherever possible, come in and support you guys. And maybe everyone in the community will do the same thing. I can't speak for everyone, but that's what I'm going to be working on here tomorrow. Hopefully, when we look to launch, I'll have that ready to go. And that's just going to be an extra that I'm going to send out to everyone.
What a great idea, man. What a great, like, mutually beneficial idea, right? Like, everybody, like, because I would participate in that, and I think that's a win-win, which is what we're all trying to do here, right? You know, like, I think that's an awesome idea to kick off. Brilliant. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and then, like, we'll probably have these live sessions where people can come back and kind of talk about their challenge, what they experienced, any obstacles they faced, asking how to deal with it, that kind of stuff. So that's Mel, let's do it.
Yeah, and Tamara's shocker, you don't run out of things to talk about, Scott. No, you know what, some of my conversations with Scott on the phone are like, we could probably go for a while if we didn't cut it off.
We have to cut it off. We got to get some work done.
That's right. I wouldn't get fuck all done.
So that's kind of the update for today with all of that. I guess real quick, we'll transition and see if anyone has any questions. They want any further clarification on anything that I talked about here. The one thing I'm kind of flirting with is like putting up these live casts, as I'm calling them, on a YouTube channel. I just haven't landed on that yet. But if people wanted to go back and look at the video, they can do that. I just haven't landed on the YouTube channel or any of that just yet. But again, I guess in the comments below, like, would you guys find that helpful? Would you ever use it? Would you ever go back and look at this video again? Or do you think it's just, I move on and we'll wait for tomorrow? Let me know in the comments below.
I feel like that's a great idea because, like, not even just the people that want to rewatch it, but if you, like, say we actually had something good to say, Scott, like, picture this. We were actually, like, helping people, providing some value. Like, if say someone was to say to, like, hey, did you catch Scott's live? Like, I gathered a lot out of it or whatever. They could just, having a replay anywhere that's available for people to get their hands on, I think is super beneficial, not just for people in the room, but anybody that they might want to share it with.
Yep. Yeah. So I can figure that out. The other piece is like YouTube's a longer term revenue stream too. Like you get to the point
Yes.
where you start getting decent views, you make money off of that, and it's relatively passive. Once you've created it once, that video can capture you revenue forever.
For sure, yeah, and YouTube is a solid platform. I bet you people have been doing that, even in the world of like streaming gaming, for example, or there's so many views to be had on YouTube. It's a very popular platform that people go to for education and value.
Yeah, and nostalgia. Like in a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road, you might want to go back and watch the video and be like, how fucking stupid was Bert and Ernie back in 2024?
But so see, in our defense for being stupid, like I found in a conversation, and I think I talked to you about it, Scott, but like when I was talking to Mike, he was like, we should like look back at our original TikTok videos or 6 or 8 months ago, and it should make you want to fucking grab the garbage can and just like it means you're growing. It means like we are actually in fact getting slightly better at what we do. So yeah.
Okay, since it's a safe room, it's everyone like in our little group here. I'll tell you guys this. That exact thing that you just talked about, Ashby, I have experienced that because back, it's got to be close to 10 years ago, I decided one of my life goals was to write a book and publish it. And I did that. And then like 5 years ago, I went back and read it and it was the exact same shit. I was like,
is that right?
what the fuck? This is goddamn awful. And I hate it. Like anyone that knows that I did it brings it up to me and I'm like, oh, I just start feeling my skin crawl.
That's a good thing.
One time I went on a date with a girl once and she Googled me and came across it and then brought it with her on the next date.
No.
It was fucking terrible.
Did it, how was the date other than that? Did it go well or what?
No, I was done the moment that she brought the book. I was like,
We live and learn, brother. We live and learn.
Yep. Anyway, anyone got any other questions, comments? Looking for any more detail on any of the stuff we talked about here today? Are you guys... So let me ask you that. And then while you're thinking about that, if you're looking for anything else, but one more thing is... so if anyone doesn't know, because I've kind of tiptoed around it, but my focus is, like I said, I'm going to be helping people use TikTok to drive more traffic and collect more leads with my TikTok Live Success Blueprint. So what if, I'm asking you guys, like if you're looking to use TikTok Live more often, like what are some things that I should make sure I'm including in this program that you guys are struggling with, not sure of? What would help set you guys up for more success, driving more traffic and leads to your business? So if you guys have any thoughts, please let me know.
I think that's a great question for sure. I find just in the brief time that we've been doing this, Scott, I do have a couple conversations with a few people in our community, and getting their feedback um, is super significant to me on my journey. Like we associate with a lot of people that I have world respect for, so when they can give us some input, I feel like it goes a long ways. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. So just going back in the comments here because you're not doing your job, Ashby.
I suck dick at this, man. Like I'm not good with the comments.
I'm not sure you're allowed to say "suck Richard" on here.
Oh shoot, yeah, let me filter that. It won't happen again.
Tamara says, "Ah, Bert." Sorry about that, guys. I got a phone call. Love that it's thing. No way. Yep, Courtney, that's a true story. It was a total cringe moment. Yes, Heather. Thank God social media did not exist in our teen years. I would die. Um, I'm going to have a couple of beautiful, slender fingers after a couple of weeks of these live casts. Yep, that's right. Just imagine that we're two Richard Simmons just getting those fingers going with some headbands and everything. Uh,
You're y'all are working hard, and it does not go unnoticed. It is much appreciated.
Courtney says, "Oh, I'm the same. Even my Facebook was gross to look back at." So no comments about anything anyone's looking for to have help with Facebook or sorry TikTok Live. Courtney got
You
me.
know, I think the majority of us in this space, on the live here, are fairly new at going live. So I think the more we go, the more questions will sort of organically pop up, if that makes sense. You know.
Yeah, for sure. And if anything comes up, just send me a DM, guys. Let me know. I definitely want to make this the best I possibly can. How to create converting content during lives. Honestly, you're going to start seeing it, Mel. I'm going to start teaching. I got. Remember yesterday, Mel, when you were talking about needing to get a whiteboard? Here, we got it.
Yes, sir. It's back to school time, folks. Y'all see that?
We got it.
No, that's good. I actually just picked one up too.
Yeah. So, going to be doing lots of teaching, and that's really what it is. If you just flood value to the viewers, they're going to want to work with you. It's the exact same thing that Mike does, right?
It's actually very simple. I think I talked yesterday about how I've been overthinking this for a long time, and I want to say that the process is simple, but it's still going to be for me. It's going to be a matter of getting the reps in, right? Like because I'm not super comfortable walking people through on the whiteboard, so that's going to be something that I'm going to need to get the reps in, and I'm going to need to practice and just keep getting better at for sure. Amazon will review it too. God, I love you, Mel.
Uh, I'm excited about this, Scott, because I'm so nervous doing them. Yeah, Trish. So was I too the first time. And now, like actually, Ashby, why don't you kind of tell everyone what we talked about this afternoon when we were on the phone? Because I think it's worth repeating over and over and over again
Which did we talked for a little while? So,
about the community.
well, I don't know exactly what I said, but like our community, I feel like we have a little foundation starting to build here, and I think there's a lot of the whole idea here is sharing value. I don't want to necessarily, and please, I'm not good at choosing my words super carefully, so just understand that before I go off on a little rant. But I I've never been great with my words. I feel like these lives in the digital marketing space can be used as a hangout, and I think there's always a time and a place for that. But when if I'm going to be here on on a daily basis for a couple hours, I would like to at least spend a little chunk of that time sharing some value. Mitch, what's happening, man?
Hello.
How are you, sir?
All right.
Good, good.
Just jumping through.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so I think that's where struggled with the lives. I feel like it's one thing to jump on, but just kind of have a little bullshit session. But when I want to try to get into the business, the meat and potatoes of things, I think that's where the intimidation comes from. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think the message we wanted to deliver to everyone is like we've got a pretty amazing community growing here, and we're just very excited to see where everyone goes. So we love hanging out with you guys, talking to you guys, sharing whatever we're learning, and can't wait to see where everyone goes to next.
For sure. How's things been going for you lately, Mitch?
Sickness? I don't know what else you want.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm. 7-day cold. Woohoo.
There's a lot
Hopefully
of
you
that
get
going
better
around.
soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope you're on the tail end of it, brother.
Yeah, just try and make this work.
It can be difficult when you feel like shit on top of everything that needs to be done, you know. And like I know I had a pretty nasty cold like before Christmas, and I sure wasn't feeling like making content when I couldn't even breathe, you know, just sneezing and snot everywhere. I'm just a fucking mess.
I can't stop. I run the house, so yeah.
It doesn't shut off, hey?
I'm off grid, so if Jen turns off, no power.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Scott was just telling me how big of a caveman I am, but maybe you're right there with me, Mitch.
I'm off grid completely.
Yeah, so that's hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got Jeff in the house now too. So hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Jeff. Good to
We're
see you, bud.
we're actually just about to wind down here. We're trying to keep it to only an hour each night, so we're about 3 minutes away. Anyone in the room got any last questions, comments, concerns?
Been playing around with the merch. I've been doing that. That's fun.
Oh yeah, like are you doing print on demand or?
Yeah, I got Fred's link, and I've just been playing around. And then I saw someone post something, and I really like, and I kind of took their idea and just tweaked it, and then I just popped it on.
Oh yeah, right on.
There you go.
Because it's always nice. I feel like you can hear everything on any platform, right? TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. You'll hear all about it, but until you really just get out there and dick around a little bit, I feel like for me that's
what I've been doing.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to just find out if it's
I got a cool slogan. I hope the guy doesn't mind if I took it, but whatever. I told him that's a great cup. No reply. I'm like, fine, mine. Basically says don't quit, and you look at it, says do it.
Oh yeah.
It's sick. It's literally sick, and it has like stuff in there. I can't peek. It's in my videos now. I just keep getting put it in like Easter eggs, so you have to look for it now.
Oh yeah.
It's like what Fred does. Mm-hmm. I need something like that. Just keep up with those guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm like, I need something.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head out, guys. So we'll see you guys again soon. Okay?
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it. Everybody that tuned in here, appreciate y'all.
Thanks for getting me on.
Yeah, no problem.
You take care,
we'll
Mitch.
See you guys later.
You bet. Ciao, guys.
Bye, guys.